Hi, everybody. Today we have Abhinav, and today we try to focus on young entrepreneurs, brilliant minds of India who want to make an impact on our podcast. Welcome to Chablani Success Experts podcast. Today we have Abhinav, the young mind, brilliant ideas and new company honored by Modi ji at one of the events, and he's with us. Abhinav, can you introduce yourself? Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Hitesh. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And so I'm Abhinav Gupta. I'm the founder of DepX, and we are automating cloud operations for data centers and IT companies. Basically, any company that is, currently in the cloud, which is pretty much all of them. We help them reduce their costs, their DevOps and cloud costs by automating and using AI in the mix. So yeah.
Okay, amazing, amazing. That's a short and crisp introduction,
Mhm.
but for someone common man like me, it's very complex. And I have worked in IT companies, and I understand
Mhm.
how things work there. But I mean, when you get into the nitty gritties of the server, the architecture, the DevOps cost, and
Mhm.
all the cloud migration which is taking over today, I
Mhm.
think we can go into detail a bit later. But
Yeah.
let's start about your journey. Why did you become an entrepreneur? I mean, how did it all start?
Well, I think one of the first signs early on was the fact that I performed very poorly in a structured environment. So, like, it could be school, or maybe it could be, even in college. Like, I rarely used to feel any sort of motivation to sit for classes and just attend and just study and just in my own zone. I always wanted to keep exploring new things, and this kind of blossomed into my this kind of blossomed when I started getting interested in computer hardware. So back in school, I started tinkering with circuits and building small computers. And eventually, slowly and slowly, once I reached college, I started building more complex projects. And I was doing all of this alone because I could not find anyone who was really that passionate about technology like me. So started this journey alone and kept building more and more complex products. And today I'm at a stage where I'm actually working directly with data centers and where you can find the most cutting edge computer technology. So I'm working with those companies now. So yeah.
Amazing. Can you name a few companies which are interested in your work and you worked with them and trying to provide you the support and the access? Which companies can you name a few?
Okay, so one of the companies that we are working quite extensively with right now is Ola Krutrim. So Ola started their own cloud platform and they are entering a space that is quite saturated, the Indian market, right? There are so many other players. So in order to stand out and in order to, actually compete with the existing offerings in the market, they wanted our help to, help their clients give a completely different experience of the cloud, right? Where you have a simple chat-based interface, but that chat through like simple chats are actually executing very complicated things in the cloud. So that is where they wanted to partner up with us, and of course we are not going to let go of that opportunity. Company like Ola giving us such an opportunity. So yeah, so things have been going pretty great now. We have reached quite an advanced stage in our collaboration, and we hope to roll out a more. So we have already discussed a complete like 1 year plan on how we're going to roll out DepX across their entire company. So that's also going on.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. Let's
Yeah.
go back to a bit more in specifics in terms of your work.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say every company has an IT budget.
Mm-hmm.
IBM, HP, they have an IT budget.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, everybody is trying to migrate their data into cloud platforms.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to reduce their engineering cost and everything.
Yeah.
So, if you would like to sell your company, what how would you pitch it? If let's say, how would you pitch it? And in terms of business,
Mm.
what impact can you make in terms of cost?
Yeah. So one of the most popular use cases of our tool right now is migration. So like migrating either from one cloud platform to another. It could be motivated by cost, it could be motivated by personal preference, could be any reason. Or it is moving from cloud to your own servers. So companies generally end up buying their own servers and then they move all of their applications that are running on the cloud to their own servers. So in those cases, our tool has become pretty, the most sought after because what we are doing is we are reducing, an activity that traditionally takes anywhere between 3 to 4 weeks, we are bringing it down down to just a few days. So because essentially whatever these engineers do manually, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of expertise, but DepX already has the understanding of how to do it in a secure and scalable manner. So regardless of how big the infrastructure is, companies are able to move their entire cloud resources from one cloud to another through DepX very seamlessly. And DepX takes care of all the heavy lifting behind the scenes. All they have to do is just, connect both the cloud platforms on DepX and then just click on migrate, and then DepX takes care of the rest behind the scenes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I think your IT migrations, your IT streamlining,
Mhm.
complete infrastructure management. I think that's amazing. That's where you stand. But
Mhm.
in terms of budget and
Yeah.
money, what kind of savings can you achieve? I mean, I know that you will save a lot on the people and the engineering working cost working on it.
Yeah.
What about, I mean, the infrastructure? How much percentage will you end up saving
Mhm.
in terms of numbers? Can you give us some numbers you have done before?
Yeah, so we've been working with a bunch of small to medium IT services companies, but of course, like the highlight has been working with big enterprises. So far, we've seen up to savings of up to 56% in migration costs. So essentially, it's like more than half of whatever you were originally spending on a traditional migration. So our objective is to get it down even lower. So the thing is that DepX is maturing day by day, right? So we're covering more and more aspects of the migration. There are multiple aspects in a migration project. So right now we're at 56%. Our objective is to, by the end of this year, reach to 90% and, reach that level of automation.
That's amazing. I think when you talk to a CEO or mainly a
Mhm.
CTO, I remember working for Infosys and Honeywell, where the
Mhm.
CTOs used to come down, and the chief technology officer always wants to talk about the cost and the budget.
Yeah.
And if you say 56% saving,
Mhm.
definitely I think they will have you on your charter. And for all our audience who are listening in terms of your IT budgets, your cloud migrations, IT infrastructure, Abhinav is the right guy to hear out and get a quote from and plan it with. And thank you so much, Abhinav, for your time. Before we leave, just a couple of questions on meeting Modi ji. I think you are one of the young entrepreneurs who were selected. When I
Yeah.
visited your stall at Bharat Mandapam
Mhm.
at the big Mahakumbh event, you had a lot
Convergence.
of highlights
It
about,
was convergence.
yes, convergence.
Yeah.
Convergence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Modi, how was it meeting Modi ji? I mean, what did you talk to him?
Oh, it was surreal. Actually, I had so many things in my mind, like what am I going to say? What am I going to, like, I mean, you like from being a tech entrepreneur to meeting the person who's responsible for, boosting your field to such an extent where like you have direct access to that person, right? Like the most powerful person in your country. That was such a surreal like moment. And the first thing that came to my mind was, or rather, to like when I met him and I shook his hand, the first thing that I said was ki the reason why like all of the people in my family are entrepreneurs is you, because you have helped the startup community so much that even my mother, my brother, like they've been in this startup industry just because of the fact that we've received so much support from the government. So yeah, I mean, of course, that was a pretty brief conversation, but yeah, that was something like
Are you nervous? Are
completely.
you nervous?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like there was like I was feeling a lot of butterflies in my stomach at that point in time when I was going up to the stage, and finally I had a chance to shake his hand. But yeah, definitely.
Yes, yes. I think that's you need to frame that photo. Modi ji travels all over the world
Yeah.
and involved at a lot of projects, smart cities, world
Hmm.
investment. I think meeting him does give you that boost. And before we go, last question, Abhinav. You're such a role model for young entrepreneurs, people who are becoming CEOs at a young age can look up to you. I think people who are aspiring in IITs, colleges,
Hmm.
definitely will have somebody to look up to. You are one of those young minds here who was very impressive. So, who was your role model? I mean, for you, who was the role model? If we can close with that question.
Well, I had two people. The first one was my father because my father had he has always been a very vocal advocate of just uh, trying stuff on your own, see how far you go, fail as many times as you can. Like I'm there to support you. That has always been his you could say his message to me. Whenever, I'm feeling down, whenever I'm feeling low, whenever I failed, like that has always been his motto. That just keep going, I'm here, I'm right, behind you. And even though he was never an entrepreneur himself, but honestly, like even I remember back even in my first year of college. he told me explicitly that you're not going to get a job, you're going to go into entrepreneurship. Like that was, even though I knew that I was going to go in that direction, but like hearing a parent say that, that just, instantly gives you so much confidence that, okay, I have someone backing me and I can just go out and do my job. And the second person is, of course, my brother because he's also a successful entrepreneur. He early on in my career, he helped me a lot in terms of understanding technology and building a product. So he's the CTO of CutShort, so he guided me quite well pretty early on.
That's great. That's great. I mean, someone in your own family who believes in you, and that's nothing more like it. That gives you the confidence and the space to excel. I
Yeah,
completely know what you mean. Thank you, Abhinav, and we will connect again soon for many things. But thank you so much for your time for the podcast today. And signing off. Thank you so much, everybody. See you soon. Bye, Abhinav.
yeah. Thank you. Have a nice day.